So this isn't a Sunny B too. And I am not overly familiar about with this particular individual, but this is apparently a TikToker arrested for lying about her cancer. And I selected this for the obvious reason of the comparison to Boogie, where Boogie lied about having cancer and scammed a shit ton of people for money by lying about having cancer. So obviously this is not Boogie, but the comparison made me think, oh, I do want to see this. Wait, Chef P update? There's no Chef P update, is there? This is not Chef P. This is someone else entirely. Well, yeah, I mean, depending on what she got arrested for, yeah. So I'm kind of curious because I'm curious, why did she get arrested, and could Boogie get arrested for the same damn thing? That's what has me curious about this video. So let's check it.
She was diagnosed with cancer, raised $37,000, but was given a heavy sentence as the cancer never existed. Born March 2003, her name is Madison Russo, and she was a University of Iowa student when she began feeling, quote, just a little bit off. She experienced sporadic fevers, some bloody stools and random nosebleeds, leading to a checkup with her university doctor. On the 10th of February 2022, at the age of only 19, Maddie was given a diagnosis she never could have predicted.
I got the call from my oncologist and they found a mass on my pancreas, and I had stage 2 pancreatic cancer at just 19 years old.
Out of 25 different cancers, pancreatic has the lowest chance of survival.
The 5-year outlook for survival is a slim 11%.
However, this initial announcement video was already somewhat suspicious. She kept on looking to the left like she was reading a script, which would be a pretty strange approach to talking about a life experience. It's her looking at her script for me. Perhaps she wrote it out to keep her words concise, but also how she was diagnosed didn't sound right.
You don't just have an oncologist. It takes weeks, months. You have to find one that specializes in the kind of cancer you have.
These red flags were clearly overlooked as Maddie was featured by her local news, in which she'd stand by.
Now, I will say, like, they're commentating on stuff where we don't have a time frame. We from the time, we don't have a time frame from when she's claiming she went to go, let's see, is there, okay. So I don't think it showed a date here of where she said she was starting to feel unwell. And then to the 10th of February. I used to watch it a little bit, but I used to watch Brett a little bit, but not so much. So this where she's talking about, like, I got a call again. We don't really have too much context because we don't know what the time difference is between when she was first starting to feel unwell versus receiving this call from the oncologist. If it was several months between when she first started feeling unwell and then receiving this call from an oncologist, well, that obviously makes a difference. Excuse me. The thing that struck me immediately was right off the jump saying, I have stage 2 pancreatic cancer, when her initial symptomology, feeling a little bit off with sporadic fever, some bloody stool, and random nosebleeds, and we're instantly jumping to stage 2 pancreatic cancer? That feels like a hell of a fucking jump based on the symptoms that she was describing. That's the one thing that stuck out for me of like, okay, that feels off. And then you total up with everything else.
To have an oncologist. It takes weeks, months. You have to find one that specializes in the kind of cancer you have.
These red flags were clearly overlooked as Maddie was featured by her local news, in which she'd stand by her original story. My phone rang and it said Iowa City Oncology. I stepped out of the classroom and took the call. They told me
I'd also love to know where the hell she's coming up with the money to pay for these doctors. The regular doctor is expensive enough this way. An oncologist? Do you have any idea how fucking expensive an oncologist would be for college students? Oh, okay. See you later, Waseki, say hi to Grandma for us.
They had found a mass on my pancreas and that I had stage 2 pancreatic cancer. I was terrified and I definitely
Wait. Okay, another problem. Another big problem here. They found a mass on my pancreas and that I had stage 2 pancreatic cancer. Sorry? When did you have the biopsy to determine it's pancreatic cancer, you dumb bitch? Oncologists don't go, oh, look, a mass, that's stage 2 pancreatic cancer. No, they need to biopsy the fucking thing first and run tests on it. So if it was real, it would have been they told me they found a mass on my pancreas. So they performed a biopsy and they called me back saying that the biopsy came back positive for cancer. Like this like they don't work this simplicity. They don't say there's a mass, we're going to assume it's cancer. Exactly. A mass could be anything. That's why they biopsy masses to determine, is it cancerous? Is it benign? Potato, we're watching a TikToker who apparently is lying about having pancreatic cancer and doing it very poorly.
still am. I was in shock.
Oh
I
yes,
didn't think
absolutely,
it could
Leo.
be true. I'm so young and I wondered how this could happen. I went through all the emotions and I was pretty numb. I remember hanging up the phone and I was a mess. I was literally bawling, but somehow I ended up getting the courage to wipe away my tears and went back into class, which now when I think about it was pretty crazy.
Okay, she's laying it on thick right now. She went from I'm literally bawling, and then I had the courage to wipe away my tears and go back into class. I'm sorry? Any normal person that gets a phone call and says, you've been diagnosed with stage 2 pancreatic cancer, would not be going back to class. It would be, okay, what's the next step? Tell me what the fuck I need to do. I'm gonna start calling every fucking family member I know to let them know I'm fucking dying.
Competent oncologists don't stage a mass from imaging alone. But the world is full of amateurs.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They don't just say, ooh, I'm mass cancer. That's why biopsies are done. Yeah, well, Leo, I probably would not have even gone back into the classroom if like through all proper stuff, if I was actually in her position, but I actually had all proper testing done, and this was like I was waiting to hear this news based on biopsies and everything, I would not have gone back in the class. I would have said to the doctor, what's the next step? What do I need to do? I would not have fucking bothered to go back in the class. I would have fucking gotten out of there and immediately started calling my family. You don't get the courage to wipe away your tears and go back into class because pancreatic cancer means you're dying in a few years. Fuck the class. Start calling your family. So this is all just, look at me, I'm so brave, now give me money. That's what this is. This is, I am so brave, don't I deserve for you to send me money?
You never want to get cancer, and if you do get diagnosed, you can't choose where you get it. Of all the ones, why does it have to be this one? Again, implying to everyone that she'd been given the worst cancer possible. To make matters worse, surgery was not an option as my tumor is on the tail of my pancreas, and it's very deep-rooted. Doctors said that if they went in, the surgery would do more harm. There was more risk than reward, and as a result, she'd instead be doing 15 rounds of oral chemotherapy, along with 90 rounds of radiation. She'd document the journey as a way to help her cope, trying to act as an example that she could maintain looks and lifestyle. She'd write round 14 of chemo ended last Friday, and by Sunday night, I decided to throw on my running shoes and see where they
No. In 6 miles, after 14 rounds of chemotherapy?
My little nephew at just 6 months old was found to have had a cancer tumor pressing on his spine, so this hits home hard for me and I'm shaking in anger right now for people faking cancer.
And well, I can only imagine, Eki. Or, Heckle. Yeah, I can only imagine. Yeah. You are not running fucking anywhere after 14 rounds of chemo. No fucking
Cheer
way.
100. These people who lie about cancer is fucked and are just prying on the lives of people who actually have it.
Absolutely. BF2. Absolutely. And yeah, she has way too much fucking hair. She literally has a healthy glow. After 14 rounds of chemotherapy, you don't look like this. You look like your skin is sunken in, your eyes are sunken in. You do not fucking tan. You can barely move. You're swaddled like a babushka. You don't have fucking hair. Actually, yeah, you look like, yeah, exactly, Petra. You look like you're dying. No fucking way is this round 14 of chemotherapy. And I betcha a lot of people are gonna say the same fucking thing in the comments of this. A lot of people are gonna say the same thing. You did not get 14 rounds of chemotherapy and look like this. Not a snowball's chance in fuck.
Last Friday, and by Sunday night, I decided to throw on my running shoes and see where they took me. Well, they took me 6 miles. I'm thinking the bags of blood I received earlier in the week fueled this one and made me speed.
The bags of blood I received. Yeah, Taurus, I'm thinking so. I'm thinking so. What the fuck are the Wow. This is 50 shades of bullshit. Okay, what I want to know is who are the brain-rotted fucking morons that actually believe this? Are the brain-rotted morons that actually believe this and started sending her money? Yeah, the whole purpose of chemo is to dose the fuck out of your body with radiation in the hopes that it will kill the cancer before it kills the rest of you. That's what chemo does. Chemo literally kills you. It's just the hope that the cancer gets killed first.
Blood can be used as a natural steroid, FYI.
When you're talking about blood doping, I think, True Spectre. I think that's what you're referring to as blood doping, where they, what is it? Like pure red blood cells, I think, if I'm remembering it correctly. That may be what you're thinking about.
Although to a person with leukemia named Anna Tower, this was again
There you
very
go.
strange.
There you fucking go.
She wrote, when I saw Maddie's post about her going for a run, she looked pretty. She had all her hair and was strong enough to go running, a run I was missing since my diagnosis. So there I was sitting on the couch, looking at that post and asking myself what was I doing wrong? Why was I bald, weak, and couldn't even think about walking, let alone running? Walking to the car to get to the hospital was a challenge. I was thinking I did something wrong, or maybe that I was not strong enough.
And here's the dark side of it. She's lying about having cancer and saying, look at me, look at how wonderful I am. I'm better than you. And people with actual cancer diagnoses that are going through actual chemotherapy feel like shit. Because they're like, I am not as good as this person. I must be doing something wrong. I must be worthless because I don't look like her on chemotherapy. And any doctor will tell you, keeping up a positive spirit is vital to cancer survivors. Yeah, this is what will cause cancer victims to give up and die. And stop fighting. Because they'll go, I must be fucking garbage if I don't look like her. If they're dumb enough to believe it. Now, I pray to God that people like this have others around them that are pointing out the blatant lies like we are pointing out here. Where we're saying, there's no fucking way you look like that after 14 rounds of chemo. So I'm hoping to God she has people in her circle that are saying, do not believe this, she's lying out her ass to try and con people. That I pray to God this person and other cancer victims that have that were feeling similarly when this bitch was posting.
Passively implying Maddie's appearance was also highly suspicious. People began to ask, how do you have chemo and keep all that beautiful hair? To which she'd post the following video.
How I am keeping my hair during treatment with chemo and radiation. My mom found this. It's biotin with collagen and keratin.
Maddie claimed that she
Which does fuck all against chemotherapy. Bearing in mind, look at her. She's standing upright. She's making fucking TikToks. And again, I'm assuming this is after that mythical 14 treatments of chemo. Like, what the fuck? Oh yeah, and biotin is bullshit. Absolutely. That's the least of the issues right now. So, yeah, she's shilling. She's lying. Like, holy fuck. Yeah, she's tan. Well, and Pateo, she's claiming that she's been able to keep her own hair because of this miracle drug, biotin.
This. It's biotin with collagen and keratin.
Maddie claimed that she'd kept her
Oh,
hair
none
by
at all.
using vitamin supplements, but with comments like, I guess the biotin is stronger than the chemo, she'd adjust her claim stating it did fall out sometimes.
I was like brushing my hair.
Sometimes.
And a few like pieces were like coming out as I was brushing my hair.
She'd post this photo to show she wasn't lying.
That's not her hair. That's not her fucking hair. Like, that's filtered. That's her hair. Her hair is, like, you can actually see the brown. That looks like it's darker, but even if it is her own hair, she got a haircut and she collected the trimmings. But this looks too dark. Hers is a lighter brown. Yeah. You can see it's trimmed. You can see it's what the fuck? Oh my god, the lies this girl is telling. Holy shit.
But it was pretty damn obvious these were simply from a haircut.
Yeah, there you go. And, SS Zip Ties. Interesting name. Kinda like it. We are checking out a video about a TikToker who is lying about being diagnosed with pancreatic cancer and her treatments, and apparently she's gonna get arrested. And thank you, Taurus.
Additionally, Maddie was super tanned in every single photo,
Yeah.
which again was weird as they don't let you tan or use self-tanners during chemo. Her
No.
response, get this, was that the radiation treatment was keeping her golden brown. Maybe this radiation was also recharging her energy, as Maddie gave talks at St. Ambrose University, the SAU
Oh my
Generosity
fucking
Night,
God.
and for the National Pancreas Foundation. In the process, she'd appear on podcasts.
How would you define the term pancreatic cancer?
Oh, yeah.
First word that comes to mind is just ugly.
Before announcing
This bitch a dumbass.
Yeah, but she's a dumbass, but you know what? To a small degree, she's not, because she knows that cancer sympathy is easy to come by on, when you do it via TikTok. She knows she's pretty, so she knows that a pretty cancer victim gets all kinds of money. Because the simps that want to fuck her will happily send her all kinds of money so she can stay pretty and not look like those ugly cancer patients that they've seen elsewhere. So, yeah, she's kind of a dumbass in the way she's presenting everything, but she's also kind of smart because this is a scam that would work because there are so many, because the dumbasses are the ones that are sending her money. So, her plan, the way she's presented it, is dumb, yes, absolutely, because within the first 5 seconds, any one of us here in chat would go, you're lying, because of the way she's presented it. But again, this is the internet. The internet is stupid. And yes, there is absolutely zero shortage of simps out there that will very happily send her money because they want to fuck her. That's the thing. That's the driving factor. They want to fuck her. And so if they think if they send her money, she will fuck them. Plus, we're talking about people that don't care about how ugly she is inside. They just see her for her looks. That's it. That is it. And there's no shortage of people that will throw money at a pretty girl for this exact reason.
Announcing she'd gotten a second type of cancer. It is with heartbreak and shock that I share the news that my cancer has spread to my blood and is acute lymphoblastic leukemia on top of my original.
Are you fucking kidding me? She's now saying that she has blood cancer. On top of pancreatic cancer, which is the worst you can get. She's gonna double down on fucking blood cancer. And yeah, I know cancer doesn't spread like that. It is a completely different cancer. Yeah. This is not a thing. This is not a thing. Fucking hell. I can't wait to hear what she gets arrested for.
Diagnosis of pancreatic cancer. Should therefore update her GoFundMe, writing Maddie's cancer has been progressively getting worse and has spread all over her body, including throughout her blood and also on her.
Taurus, because she didn't have doctors. The doctors were made up. Now, why she didn't get called out by actual doctors? That's a different story. That surprises me that that actual doctors did not say, this doesn't sound right. I don't think she's claiming stage 4. I don't think that was the claim. It was, she's claiming that the pancreatic cancer has spread to give her a whole new cancer. Okay, yeah, Taurus, yeah, I agree. I agree. Like, why actual doctors didn't call this out and go, no. Like, and maybe they did. Maybe actual doctors did, but they were promptly ignored. Just remember, it is entirely possible that actual doctors may have called her out, and they were ignored. That is absolutely possible.
Getting worse and has spread all over her body, including throughout her blood and also on her spine.
Wait, now we have a third and fourth cancer? Spread all of her body, including through blood and also on her spine. Listen.
She's
I
tried
don't fucking
everything
know.
and given it her all. Chemo, radiation, and other methods have no longer helped. As a result, donations flooded in, totaling $37,800. Maddie's close family friend Peggy Ole, whose husband died of pancreatic cancer, also sent Maddie a whole package of support materials, including $500 in gift cards. To keep the money rolling in, Maddie befriended a fellow cancer patient named Charlie.
Does anyone know how I can put some funds on this poor girl's prison commissary? She has had it so hard. Cheer 100.
Yeah, right, well, yeah, but Taurus, but what excuse me. But they're saying the cancer spread throughout her whole body, but she ain't dead yet. And she still looks like a model.
Who passed away in October 22, leading Maddie to make the following post. This just absolutely breaks my heart. Charlie and I would text each other daily, talking about all the ups and downs of both our battles with cancer.
My little brother survived childhood cancer, stage 4 Burkitt's leukemia. I just tuned back in and I already hate this bitch.
Alex, you are in good company, because we all do.
Just a sweet, genuine soul. We were the same age, lived within minutes of each other,
Yes,
and could relate to each other 100%. Sadly, it seemed Maddie's cancer was also getting worse, as she'd post a compilation showing everything she'd been through.
Wait. Okay, let's look at this compilation again, shall we?
And could relate to each other 100%. Sadly, it seemed Maddie...
Hang on, it's flashing through too quickly. Hang on a second. Okay. We have bandage on the spine. Again, full head of hair. And looking rather healthy from a wig perspective. Elle smiles, full head of hair, looking tan. She's asleep in some chair. She has a patch on, again, full head of hair. Drained from chemo era. Oh, for fuck's sake. Seriously, what the fuck? Yep, still has good side teeth. Still, good looking skin. Not gaunt at all. Nothing. This photo could have been taken literally anywhere. And of course, she's making a speech in Chicago. Looking fabulous. She's such an inspiration. Oh, here we go. Oh, look, full makeup. Hair looking nice. Cheeks looking nice and full. Tanned.
Everything
Fuck
she'd
me.
been through. Included were photos.
This just looks like she overtanned. I don't know why. Oh my fuck.
Of her
Seriously?
in hospital, although it would be through these that Maddie was finally exposed. TikToker Scrub Hacks, who worked inside a hospital, noticed Maddie.
Yeah. Yeah, this is those are. This is just a direct IV line. This is a central line. This is just a central line. It's not a
prison
port.
Commissary fund. She needs that shit overcharged with debt. Cheer
Oh, yeah.
100.
Like, literally? What the fuck is with this? What? Why does she have a tube stuffed? Like, this is a tube coming up from God knows where. This looks like it's one half of a nasal cannula tube. Up around her ear and then just stuck in her nose. Whenever somebody has to have a tube put into their nose, either for feeding or breathing or something, that shit's taped in place. This looks like some kind of a bullshit central line. This is not a chemotherapy port. This is a bullshit placed central line. And this one, and why does she, this is a urine bag. This is a urine collection bag. This is not an IV bag. So what the fuck is this doing here? This should be going up her urethra.
Exposed. TikToker Scrub Hacks, who worked inside a hospital, noticed Maddie's medical equipment was installed incorrectly.
What is
No
going on
shit.
with that chest port? I
Yep.
am not a chemo nurse, but this doesn't look like a port to me. The dressing
Nope.
is really screwed up with her feeding
Yep.
tube that's not primed. Let's go.
Okay, this is supposed to be a feeding tube. That would be taped in place. Yeah, it looks like this quote-unquote feeding tube is attached to the colostomy bag. That's what it looks like. It looks like the feeding tube is attached to the colostomy bag. No, it's not. That's actually so I said that's not important. It's a central line, and it's a bullshit central line. It's not actually It's not actually seated.
Go closer to her nose. Is that the end of the feeding tube?
One comment clarified, chemo nurse here and that ain't a port, again confirmed by
Yep.
a medical doctor.
So you can see that the actual positioning of the port per se is not accurate. Also, the way that it's secured, the type of tape that's used is not the same clinical tape that we would use in the hospital.
Compare Maddie's
No.
port to that of Anna Tower.
There we go. Yeah, that's Shit, I forget what type of adhesive this is. But yeah, it's like fuck, I can't remember the name of it. But yeah, this is the kind of adhesive that's used for securing lines, not this bullshit tape. Oh yeah.
and the difference is almost comical.
And I don't know if you've ever seen a cancer port. They're not usually this sloppy.
But the equipment problems didn't end there.
There's nothing in that bag. This would be where the nutrition would be. And if she was actually being fed via feeding tube, this tube would be full of this white liquid. There's nothing in that, so she would just be pumping air into her stomach.
Other photos featured the same inaccuracies.
Here's another one. No substances in the tubing. And her port is still messy. Also, do you see that right there? That little purple spot? Yeah, that's supposed to be down in her stomach.
All of which were taken not inside a hospital, but instead her own apartment. Every other photo was simply found on Google.
This is a picture she posted. That is a European outlet. This picture is from Google.
Except for some other extremely shameful posts.
This picture alone should put her in jail. She took this picture, drained from chemo era. This was on her TikTok. Somebody reverse image searched it and found an actual person with cancer. She literally stole this photo.
Maddie took photos of actual cancer.
Wow. So that was not even her. That was someone else. And she just posted it as her own. Because the person has a face mask on and can't identify her. Holy shit. Wow.
Patients and posted them to her TikTok as if they were her own. Well, as a result, police received a report that Russo had taken money and donations from more than 439 donors.
No. Not donors. Simps. Get it right, Sonny. Simps.
Leading to a warrant to search the Bettendorf apartment of Madison Marie Russo.
Damn, lying about cancer, even I know that is fucked up. And I am not even a good person, cheer 100.
Yeah. Oh, Aaron, I know. And fair enough, Patra, fair enough. But here's the thing that I'm wondering. This woman is small time. In comparison, I'm wondering why the police haven't done this to Boogie when he was claiming cancer. Because he's gotten donations from people for cancer. Why haven't the police done an investigation on Boogie for fraud? Because I don't remember, did he just get donations on stream, or did he actually set up like a GoFundMe or something for his bullshit cancer? So all his were direct donations through stream, not through...
You know you can't write simpleton without simp.
Very true, Stone Killer. Falcon, I'm guessing probably not. Because that's what I was wondering. If he set up a GoFundMe, they could, like they're doing with her. If it was done through direct donations via stream, then they probably would be able to secure enough evidence to determine that it was fraudulent, because it's not his donos on stream are not specific to cancer for aiding for cancer. It's a stream donation, like mine. If you set up a GoFundMe, that specifically says this is for my cancer treatment, now you have evidence to say, okay, money was being given to you specifically for a cancer diagnosis that you don't actually have, therefore it's fraudulent. So that's why I was curious about that.
Police found a brown paper bag with medical supplies, an IV pole with a feeding pump filled with cotton balls, 2 boxes of transparent dressing and a wig, plus a brand new 2023 Kia Sportage purchased with her GoFundMe money. Police then searched Maddie's medical records taken from Genesis Trinity, which showed that although Russo was a patient, she was never treated for any cancers or tumors. Police therefore froze her bank account, and Maddie was arrested.
Nice. People are hurt, like why I'm off for enforcing street justice on people. People are suffering, dying, and you're taking eyes off those who need it for your con. Disgusting. My mom had cancer scare, but she's fine. And that was a heartbreaking time till she was cleared. Yeah, Scott, you're right. Because she's not going to see any punishment. She's not. If she does, it's going to be very minor. And are the people that fell for the con, are they going to get their money back, I wonder? Yeah, they froze her tails, but she pissed away all her money buying that fucking Kia Sportage. So...
Arrested. 6 months later, Maddie appeared in court, making the wild claim that she had a broken family and faking cancer was her strategy to bring them back together.
No. Okay, Leo, thanks for coming by. This fucking excuse. Are you fucking kidding me right now? Her excuse is she came from a broken home, and this was how she wanted to bring her family back together. This is like affluenza adjacent. Because I don't know how well off she is or her family is, but this feels like it's affluenza adjacent. That she's so fucking stupid, she did not realize that faking cancer would not be detrimental like this. This isn't actually, Aaron. No, you know what? You're right. This is like no, actually no. Sorry. Okay, it's not Munchausen. If this is her reason that she's gonna go with, Munchausen syndrome is to bring attention upon yourself. That's the purpose of Munchausen. This was to try and get her family back together. So if she sticks with this, Munchausen doesn't work. Now, I suspect that this is another lie. This is absolutely another lie to try and again, like I said, it's like affluenza adjacent. She's just coming up with lies to excuse her behavior. 100%, she's just fraudulent, and she wanted that sweet, sweet money. That's it. She wanted the money and she wanted the attention. So she's a greatly narcissistic whore, is who she is.
I didn't do this for money or greed.
Bullshit. Bullshit, 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 bullshit. Sweetheart, you are so full of shit, it defies description. You absolutely did this for money and greed and attention. 100%. And nobody
did it all for the
believes
sportage.
this.
LMAO.
If she did this all for a fucking sportage, that's even more pathetic. Yeah. I can't wait to hear what bullshit reason she spits out in court. This was for money and greed and attention. She was absolutely loving the attention she was getting. Guaranteed. She was on cloud fucking 9 with the amount of attention and engagement on her TikTok she was getting. Guaranteed. She fucking loved it. She's an attention whore and a money whore.
I didn't do this for attention. I did this
Yes, you did.
in an attempt to try and get my family back together. It didn't
No, you
work,
didn't.
And it only got worse.
Maddie's lawyer
No,
then
you didn't.
explained how being exposed ruined Maddie's life.
At the gym, she's had people approach her and verbally accost her. She has been at the store where she's been flipped off and cursed at and yelled at.
Although those who were deceived.
Fucking good! Bring back public shaming like this. Abso-fucking-lutely! If you're going to blatantly lie and scam people for money in a public manner like this, fucking good! You get what you fucking deserve. Nobody feels sympathy for her. At all. None. And if that's all she gets, exactly, she's getting off fucking light.
still demanded extra punishment.
I hope Maddie Russo.
Although those who were deceived still demanded extra punishment.
Hell yeah.
I hope Maddie Russo is held responsible. I hope Maddie Russo has to spend a great deal of time in jail. I hope Maddie Russo has to pay restitution. She preyed on my emotions and my giving nature.
The judge determined that Maddie had shown remorse.
I doubt that you will ever commit a crime like this again.
No. He's a simp. He's a fucking simp. Once again, the fucking pretty privilege in the justice system. And people wonder why nobody in America trusts the justice system.
I don't know how many people know this, but the word simp is not short for simpleton. It was originally an acronym that stood for Suckers Idealizing Mediocre Pussy, Cheer 100.
Then it fits. I don't know if we're gonna get the judge's name. Yeah, once again, pretty privilege. And you know what's gonna happen? Because this judge is not gonna issue us a firm punishment, Maddie's only gonna get it worse. Because they're gonna be like, she's gonna get even worse. Because there's no justice. Tonito? Yeah, that's why I said he's a simp. It would not surprise me if he was one of the donors.
But still charged her with first-degree theft. As a result, Maddie was given a 10-year suspended prison sentence, 100 hours of community service, a $1,370 fine, and she was ordered to repay $39,000 to those who donated to her.
The first tourist, thank you. So, 10 years suspended sentence. She's not spending any time in jail. No jail time. No jail time. That's what suspended sentence means. She's not spending any time in jail. 100 hours community service. Big fucking deal. A $1,300 fine. And she has to pay $39,000 in restitution.
Her GoFundMe. However,
Well, what this ended up probably being was... It would not surprise me if this was a plea bargain. Although with plea bargains, you do not get to choose the sentencing, you can only recommend. So this was probably the prosecutory recommendation. Oh, it undoubtedly is conditional, Doc. That's there's no question about that. But she received minimum possible punishment for this. No, absolutely not, Taurus. That's what I'm saying. This part right here is bullshit. Because 100% she will do it again. She'll just think about it harder next time and come up with a better scam. Oh yeah, Pactra, I know. That's why I said the prosecuting attorney it was probably a plea agreement, and the prosecuting attorney probably did this as the recommendation for sentencing.
I feel like those who do not get jail time are worse off cause they can't go anywhere without being recognized.
In her case, yes, because she was a public figure on TikTok. She is gonna be definitely getting it pretty badly because she can easily be recognized, but she's not gonna, But it's not like just because she can recognize, okay, she's gonna get yelled at. It's not like people can actually do anything to her. Well, Aaron, as far as the prosecutor goes, this is what I've talked about, where the courts are so overloaded with bullshit cases that they'll do shit like this, where people that are fraudsters like this will plea bargain them down and they'll get nothing.
Her donors still weren't happy. As a pancreatic cancer patient who donated to her, GoFundMe refunded the money. This sentence is appalling. She lied to the court. This was for greed, not her family. To cause people to hesitate to help is the reason she should be in jail. Judge/prosecution, you failed. Maddie Russo has since disappeared from the internet.
That's it exactly. That's why people are pissed off, because especially with the judge saying, oh, you obviously feel remorse. No rational person thinks she is remorseful in any way. She's remorseful about being caught. That's what she's remorseful about. Not because of what she did. Guarantee. She is not remorseful about that at all.